Alright, we'll start from here then.
Alright. We ready?
Yeah, we good. We like it.
Just have to double check sometimes, you know?
Technical difficulties.
I hear that. Alright, so where do we want... Oh, we got a lovely guest today, so that's probably the best place to start. And so where do we want to begin? Fuck Vanessa,
I don't know how to start, so I'll let you do it.
We don't really have it in there.
No, we don't. We just be talking shit, so
Fair
there you
enough.
have it. Now, Vanessa, tell the people about yourself.
God,
Obviously,
it's a bit
photographer
pressure, isn't it?
extraordinaire.
God, don't say that yet. Well, yeah, I'm Vanessa, and I'm a freelance photographer / assistant / studio assistant. Been freelancing for like 7 months now. But yeah.
What's that been like? Because that's obviously a different challenge
It's super stressful because you are your own business basically. So I'm literally doing stuff all the time. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, people think it's just going to take photos, but it's a whole business. So you got to do all the admin, like getting all the kit, like learning all the time. So it's literally a lot of stress, a lot of long hours.
I can imagine. Like, what's the most insane, I don't know, situation you've been in thus far?
In terms of like just what I do, insane situation. Well, when I first started, actually, it was last January. I was still working, and I was just like, okay, I'll just put up a website. And then someone messaged me like straight away. I was like, what? How did that even happen? Who was looking at my website already? I was like, how did someone find me? They messaged me and they were like, oh yeah, can you shoot for my brand? I was like, what? Like, are you joking? I was like, what? So at the time, I was just like, she wanted me to do like studio stuff, and I was literally like, I've never done studio stuff in my life. Like, I was literally like, oh my god, I don't know what I'm doing. Luckily, she wanted someone to do a video as well. So my boyfriend does video. So I was like, okay, he can help me with a video, and he came with me just to set everything up, like help me set up the lights and stuff. But I was like, to this day, like I hadn't even started freelancing yet. I was still learning photography, didn't really know how to use like studio stuff, and I just went in and I just did it because I was like, I'm not gonna say no. And actually, to be fair, like I shouldn't say this, but a lot of it is like just blagging it, just being like, yeah, I'll do that, yeah, I can do that, and then just being like, Google it later. Do you know what I mean? Like, just, a lot of it is that, because you can't know everything really. You just don't know what happens here.
But it comes with a lot of exciting opportunities. What would you say has been the best opportunity or the best thing that it's opened a door for?
It's a weird one because I work at a studio at the moment, and it's a pretty prestigious studio, and I've just like I mean, all I do there is like work for the studio, and I just like help clean and stuff like that. It's not like the most glamorous job, but the people that come in are like, they're doing like the craziest shoots. Like the biggest photographers will go there, and they'll shoot like huge campaigns there. The other day I was on like a Fenty shoot, and then this other day I was on like a Burberry shoot. Like it's like it's mad because I get to be there and like see all that stuff happening, even though I'm not the one shooting it, and it's not going to be a while before I'm able to like shoot like for those kind of brands. But it's just mad being able to see the kind of production that goes into it.
Yeah.
Your foot's in the building, so that's like
For real.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And like working there as well, I can like literally chat to these people and just be like, just kind of see what actually happens during production. Because when you see all these shoots, like without all the images and stuff like that, it's just kind of like, I wonder how, like, you just kind of think, how am I gonna get to that point? Because otherwise, like, if I didn't work at the studio, I wouldn't even know like there's so many stages that you can go through to get to that point. So like to be there and be able to see like, actually I can see the steps to get there, it's just way easier to kind of like imagine being able to do that in the future.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah.
see, you always rub shoulders with people, because I remember you used to be like, oh, when you used to have that job where famous people would be coming by every day, and then you'd be like, oh, I just met Rams today.
Yeah.
I mean, man, not Rams, but it's crazy that, I guess,
Yeah, it's
where you
mad.
come, like, you was working there, and I know you wasn't necessarily, like, you was enjoying it, but you was like, this isn't necessarily what I want to do.
Yeah.
So it's like, you've gone from there, and then you've tried to make your own opportunities where you're at now. So what for you would be, like, the next step? What's the goal?
The goal would be to shoot for, like, a literally insane brand. Just like any brand that comes and shoots at that studio anyway, to actually be the one to photograph that would be insane. But, like, I would now work for, like, freelance for, like, production companies who, like, organise these kind of shoots, and then just work my way up there, really, and, like, freelance for different companies, and then just be, like, just make my way up there, and then, yeah, hopefully get noticed, that kind of thing, yeah.
What's been your... Sorry about that. What's been your, like, your L that you've made a lesson? Like, what's...
I'd say a lot, to be fair. Like, it's probably not knowing that I actually wanted to do it. Do you know what I mean? I think it's maybe, like, waiting so long to actually pursue it. Because for me, I was like, I spent a whole year trying to figure out that this was what I wanted to do, but I always knew I wanted to do it, but I was just like, no, I can't do it.
How come? Why was the self-doubt there?
I think because working for yourself is so hard to just, like, put yourself straight into that position. It's kind of a bit like, no, I can't do that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I haven't learned how to do photography. Like, all I shoot is, like, my family. Like, how do I get to that point where people notice me? And it's because it's always just finding... It's always, like, from A to B, and then finding the way to get from that place. And when something like that just seems so far out, and you literally have no idea how to get there, it's kind of...
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you do in uni? Did you do something?
Drama.
Okay. So I guess it's still, like, in, like, creative space.
Yeah, but I really shouldn't have done it. Like, no, but, like, I just think that there's such a stigma around university and having to go that I just think that
That's the
if you
reason
don't
went.
need to, you don't need to go if you don't have to.
Yeah,
Like, my cousin, she just quit uni. She went to Kent, actually,
Oh.
and she was just like, actually, I don't want to do it. And I was like, you know what? If it's not for you, it's not for you. Like, if she was studying criminology, like, what's she gonna do, like, afterwards? Like, if she really,
If that's not what she wants to do, it's a waste of her time.
yeah, exactly. And it's like, if it might seem like it's the wrong decision because people are like, oh, you should really stay, get a degree or whatever. But it's like, if that's not right for you, just, like, try and find something else that works for you, because
Couldn't agree
uni's
more.
not for everyone. Like,
Yeah,
a lot of people drop out of uni and it's like, they're
I think,
fine.
especially coming from, more ourselves, coming from African and Asian cultures where there is an emphasis on, you know, going to university. A lot of us go because it's what we feel is the next step. We don't really have an idea. Whereas,
Also, it's like, if you don't know what to do,
yeah, that's the hard thing.
it's real hard, because the thing is, you go to university, study, and then the next thing you land yourself in a job that you don't really like, and it's something that you studied at university. So now you feel like there's an obligation for you to do it because
Yeah.
you've told everybody that you've done this and X, Y, and Z. So
But I also feel like people like me who go to uni, they don't, like, not everyone ends up doing what they studied at
Yeah,
uni.
most people don't.
Yeah,
People
most
are just
people
like,
don't.
oh, actually, like, because they never knew what they wanted to do. They just kind of apply to everything, and then they end up
And
at
when
a
you
job. But
when you go to uni, you're 18. Like, how am I
Yeah.
supposed to know what I want to do?
That's
Like,
true.
what WTF?
Crazy.
Is that what
the thing is, most people that go to university, like, they make their decision
there? Yeah, of course.
not in the age of, well, okay, sorry, some people when they go to university, they make the decision at the age of 14. Like, they already
Yeah,
know
but
what they
that's-
wanna
I
do.
mean,
for example, like my sister, she knows that she wants to become a doctor, so she's going
Yeah.
to university.
But that's the thing, like, being a doctor,
Well,
you
she's
have
not
to
gone
go
to
to
university
uni
yet,
for,
but
like, you
yeah.
have to study for that. Like, I can't just go and be a doctor now.
But I know a friend, he wanted to become a neurosurgeon, but then he decided that he doesn't want to do that, he just wants to become a doctor. I mean, it's still the similar field,
Yeah.
but neurosurgeon is just the extra step. So
Yeah.
when it comes to, like, different fields and this and that, it's a bit hard sometimes, but
I don't know. I think in certain fields, like, that's a rare occasion. Like, congratulations to your sister. Who, like, that's really fantastic that someone who's known that this is what they wanted to do from then. Or even, for example, Colin studied accounting. Like, he knows with that degree, most likely he's going to go into accounting. Whereas someone like me who did politics, which is is a bit vague. I'm not exactly gonna go be an MP. You know what I mean? So it's an open door, which I guess is fantastic that university does. Just because you've got a degree in drama it opens a lot of doors.
Yeah.
I think a lot of jobs now just want you to have a degree
that's
well.
the thing as well. Yeah.
So it is a good thing to have, but it goes back to that thing of if you don't go to uni, what you're going to do at 18, that's so much pressure to be like, what am I going to do because I've opted to not go to uni? And B, just to have it down pat. Even when you turn 21 and you leave uni, you don't normally, exactly.
But I also think that, well, I don't know if this is for everyone, but for me especially, I just feel like now is the time where I'm learning the most. Like at 20 something years old, I'm like, this is when I should have gone to uni because I actually want to learn. Like I just feel like especially like when you come straight out of school and then you're still studying and then you finish studying and then you're like, actually I've got no more studying to do, and then you're like, this is like, but now I actually want to learn. I want to learn things properly. I did a year out and then I literally just did nothing in that year out and then went back to uni, and I was like, that was the best year of uni I had because I had a break and I was like, I'm ready to learn again. And that was the best time for me. Like,
my question has been irking me. How did you meet Stormzy?
That was nothing to do with my job. That was nothing to do with my job, but we just got lucky. So
the jealousy was real when I saw that.
He's 6 what?
Yeah, he's really tall.
How tall though? Like 6?
Yes, 6. Well, a lot taller than I am. So I don't know how tall that was. So basically my boyfriend, he saw that like on Amazon or something that they were like advertising this thing, being like, come to Stormzy's listening party. Like you can win tickets to go. So he just put in an email, just being like, yeah, okay, I'll just put an email, and then got the email on the day. And I had been at work from like 6 a.m. that day, and I was like, I have to go now meet Stormzy tonight. But yeah, it was such a weird situation because it got to like 3 a.m. in the morning. And I was so hungry, and I literally had no idea what to say to him. And when I got up to him, he was like, "Oh, how are you doing?" I just said to him, I was like, "I'm really hungry." I was like, "I'm really hungry," and he was like, "Oh no, I'll get you some crisps. Like it's fine. I'll get some crisps."
Hey, you're heavy as the head, you know. Hey yo, shouts out to Stormy, that's a real one. Someone get her back at a crisp. Yeah. That's the name of the episode, Packet of Crisp. But nah, that's crazy.
Yeah. But I think it's like, it's putting yourself in those situations to
for
do
sure.
stuff like that. Like even when I think about my job, like I wouldn't be doing the stuff that I do now if I didn't send like loads of emails and like just like keep being persistent.
I think you're waiting for a chance, isn't it? Really,
it's not that. It's not waiting for a chance. It's
making the chance.
Putting yourself in that position where something could happen for you. Because like for me, I spent that whole year just like trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and then was just like, I sent so many emails, when you're looking for a job and you just get so many rejections, like so many people don't even reply to you, and you're just like, what is that about? So like I've just gotten to a point where it's like I don't care about that anymore. You just got, if you're gonna have that opportunity, you may as well just ask. Like you just be like, email them, and if they don't reply, like just follow up. Like you just got, and these people are busy. Like this is why like people don't reply. It's because they're busy, but in a month they might not be, so you just got to keep being
you're waiting for that sweet spot.
Yeah, that's the thing. And then when it happens, it's just like it's not luck, it's like being like, I put myself out there. And if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. You're never going to meet these people. So
agreed.
I just feel like you just got to push if you actually really want to do something.
True.
I hear that 100%.
Alright, so I guess on to the next topic. Can we move on like that? Why not? Anyway, Nicki Minaj and Meek Mill, we're getting into it on Twitter.
That's the way you just said, can we move on to this next topic? And all of a sudden it's war.
I was
okay. I'm down for the convo, innit?
no, I'm interested. I mean, more from not necessarily them two, because it's jarring now. Like, you're in your mid to late 30s. I'm done with it. But it was more for me. It was more the interaction between exes, and is there a way to move? You know, when you've broken up with someone, which I think there definitely is. I think everyone in this room has, you know, had a thing, and then it's ended. So it's how do you move after that?
It depends how it ends. It always depends on how it ends.
I think that's true.
If it's like, listen, we're both busy, we can't be together, X, Y, and Z. Listen, let's just call it off. And then you meet each other again. You've been good friends for like a couple of years. Well, not friends, but you've been together for a couple of years. And then now it's time to just break it off and then do what you got to do individually, and then you meet up again. Like,
but this situation doesn't feel like that. You know what I mean?
No, like the way they left, it wasn't proper.
Because not even amicable.
How did they break up again? I don't remember.
I have no idea.
I don't even think they know. Like, if I'm honest, it just seems.
What I know is that my man went to prison, and then
What, Meek?
Yeah, Meek.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then that's it. That's the last I heard from them. I think because I didn't really follow up their relationship. I just knew that they called it off, and then that's it. That's all I know.
I mean, even still, I think it's just the blatant disrespect that they've had for each other. Like, I don't see why you'd bring anything to social media.
Yeah,
that's what it is for me. It's like, keep that between the two of you. I don't need to know that. The world doesn't need to know that. Like,
I mean, Meek did say a couple of disrespectful things about what's his name?
The boyfriend.
Mr. Petty. Him having a.
Is that really his name?
Yeah, having.
Yeah, I thought that was a joke when I saw that.
So I understand, and obviously from the little I know about that dude, he's probably gonna take it a certain way.
No,
I'm assuming
his surname's Petty.
Sorry?
Is that his real name?
Mr. Petty, yeah.
What? Wait, his surname's Petty.
Petty.
Listen, Nicki Minaj, you got the best album coming, Miss Petty.
It has to be.
Hey, if her album is not named Miss Petty, I'm done.
Someone's dropped the ball there. But no, I'm not surprised it's transpired the way it has, because like, if they're gonna see each other in person, he's gonna have a few words for me.
Yeah.
The only problem is where, you know, it spills over to social media and like the back and forth. It's a bit childish. So you can obviously end something amicably.
Yeah.
But I think it's always amplified when you're famous. So for example, like, people are gonna take sides and be like, you know, proper like tribal about Meek and Nicki when they both actually look stupid. In my opinion.
100%.
If everyone's friends, I mean, the best thing for them to do is not get involved. I mean, the only way they can ever get involved in a situation is if like they're doing music together. But there's gonna be a time, or any festival, that both of them are gonna be in attendance at the same time. If Nicki Minaj drops an album this year,
I mean, they both put out singles on Friday, so I'm assuming. I don't know if this was like a planned rollout or something. But
Yeah, I'm a bit done with Nicki doing that, like beefing someone for the rollout. Like, it's clear as day now.
Yeah.
Like, she's got to work on that. What do you think?
I honestly just don't care. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's just a bit like that. Like, what's it got to do with us now? Like, it's not really our problem. Like, it's like them arguing in public. And obviously, like, not that's crazy. No, obviously, like, there's stuff that's been said that no one knows about as well. Like, Nicki was saying all this stuff about him abusing. I don't know what it was. I have no idea. But like, you can't say stuff like that and not have people ask questions. So like, it's kind of a bit like, why are you saying stuff like that without like backing it up in a way?
Yeah,
in a way.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Like, exactly.
Where do we go from there? You know what I mean?
That analogy like that you just gave, is just two people arguing on the street. It's like, because if you deep it, there's gonna be people who's gonna stop and watch. There's gonna be others who are just gonna walk past it and not give a damn. There's others that are gonna entertain it, record it, and then there's gonna be some people trying to antagonize the beef and try and just make it even worse.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, but I am with you on this one. Like, I really don't Like I see it,
Yeah.
but it's like okay, whatever happens,
Yeah.
it happens. I mean,
And it's between two people that were together as well. It's not like someone really actually has a problem. Do you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
it's between it's a relationship. Do you know what I mean? So like people break up for reasons, and you don't necessarily have to know what that reason is.
Yeah.
But I think even if it's not that you that has been through it yourself, it's you've had friends who have broken up, and it's not necessarily been amicable, but you just feel like, right, this is just going on forever, or you two just need to sort it out like one way or another and get your shit together, really.
Mm-hmm.
And it just goes round and round in circles. But I just thought it was interesting to see, like, I think the biggest thing for me was their age, like, you're too grown to be doing this, and B, just how like exes can interact like that on social media.
But then again, they've grown up in this social. Well, I don't want to say they've grown up, but they've got their fame from social media.
Yeah.
So pretty much whenever they speak, it's all on social media.
Very outspoken people as well.
Yeah.
Those are two people you wouldn't really want this situation to go down with,
Because that's even a situation between like what Drake and Meek Mill had like their beef. Drake had, you know, a career built off of not having social media, and then it just started. He was very much in the early stage of social media, so by the time he was now established, he now had to put himself out there on social media, whereas Meek Mill had to start himself, like putting himself straight away on social media. So the Twitter thing is, it kind of, it's a massive concept, but it kind of actually makes sense for Meek Mill. So like when it comes to Meek Mill and Nicki Minaj, like him saying X, Y, and Z, and then her coming back with the same sort of stuff. Oh, you touched me. Oh, I saw you beat up your brother. X, Y, and Z. Your man wears boot cuts with belly buttons. Like that kind of stuff.
That's hurtful, you know. He's not one boot cut since.
No, it's not.
Like that's so.
Even though it's coming back, you would never do
it's
it
not.
again.
Listen, boot cuts. I pray. I don't know. But the fact that it's got to him that much that he switched up his whole style, that's insane.
Yeah. So, you know, like right now, all I'm seeing is it's gonna dead out. Like someone's gonna come and step in and say, listen, right now you're just acting like buffoons. The pair of you just acting like buffoons. Just did it. There's no point. Someone's either gonna die, get killed, whatever. But there's no point. Just stop what you're doing. They're gonna give him wisdom. They're gonna give him gems, and they're just gonna tell him stop what you're doing, because this is hurting you on several different ways. Because the next thing they're gonna turn around and say, we don't want you at concerts because
you two are beefing.
Yeah, you two are beefing.
No, that makes sense.
And then the next thing they're gonna pick sides. Like these places are gonna pick sides. They're gonna say, we want Nicki Minaj. Okay, we don't want Nicki Minaj. We want Meek Mill. And then, you know, it's gonna mess up people's bag.
I think that's
when they're gonna stop. When they realise that their bag is getting messed up, that's when they're gonna stop. That's when they say, alright, cool, I'm done. Let's just be friends.
Meek Mill and Nicki Minaj.
Let's kiss up.
Let's kiss up. Shit, he was the flyest, wasn't it? Was their song together?
That sounds awful, man.
Chris Brown was rapping his ass off.
Yeah. But it's a good point, as in, like, if you look at it on like a deeper level, like, how do you move when you're in the same vicinity as someone, even if it's not your ex, if it's someone you don't like?
Yeah.
How do you conduct yourself? Do you just pretend they're not there?
I think you have to.
Well, it's like business as well, right? So, like, if you don't like someone at work, you just pretend like everything's all good. You're not gonna go message them like after work, like, do you want to go for a drink? It's not gonna happen. So you just gotta act like everything's okay.
I think they knew they were gonna run into each other at some point, and they just handled it poorly. Because imagine just being the people in the shopping centre where they were shouting at each other. I'm just trying to shop. Like, come on, you know what I mean? It's
How
ridiculous.
do you conduct yourself?
Because there was a fashion thing for Nike. I think in New York, maybe a couple of days ago. Drake was there. Rosalia, is that her name?
Yeah, Rosalia.
And Kendrick was there, and he was like sat like maybe like 3 seats away from Drake, but no one would ever know, because I'm assuming if they ran into each other, it was just like whatever.
I think they've just accepted that. Yeah, they're both great, but like,
it was
we're not going to be
Virgil's
friends.
show,
Yeah.
and Kanye was there, so it just makes
Kanye?
these are people who have all like publicly had some kind of.
How comes I'm not seeing this?
I saw it the other day. I was looking at it and I was analysing it, thinking like, okay, like
This is
they
something
all have history, but yet we've not heard a single thing. So maybe I'm assuming, like, I don't think it's that deep anyway. So I'm assuming when they see each other, or whatever.
It's just love,
And
innit?
then you compare that to obviously the Nicki and Meek thing, and that's just like bowled over. So
Yes,
maybe
it's wrong for me to say that they're from a different cloth.
I think so though. Yeah, like I think so.
No,
Like Nicki and Meek seem like nah.
No, it's kind of me. It's kind of wrong for me to say they're from a different cloth. But like,
But
I think
why?
they have so much like for them, all them three to be in the same,
vicinity.
the same like venue. They must have enough respect for Virgil to not say anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm
And at the same time, with Kendrick and Drake, I think they deaded their beef a long time ago. They've just not
Come out.
had the same sort of friendship,
Yeah.
but they've just deaded their beef. Whereas Kanye West and Drake, there's obviously that tension, but it's like whatever, innit?
I think after a while you gotta ask yourself, is it really that deep?
Yeah.
100%.
I've been in situations in my life personally where I've fallen out with people, and like maybe the past few years I've just sat down and been like, why am I even beefing this person?
Yeah.
For? Like it actually doesn't even mean anything in the grand scheme of things.
I agree.
Doesn't
So I
mean
try to
anything
live
at
my
all.
life that way, and I'm assuming that's probably what they're like as well. But you do get people who are like oil and water, like you mix that together.
Yeah, that's what my opinion on Meek and Nicki is that
Yeah.
if they see each other, they're gonna get, especially with Nicki's husband as well.
Oh,
That
yeah.
all three of them in one situation, they're gonna say
Recipe for
something.
disaster.
Yeah, so I think maybe Kanye and Drake, and to be fair, I think they didn't have a heads up. Whereas I feel like Kanye and Drake probably knew,
Yeah.
it's
you
true.
know, we're all gonna be in one place at the same time. So you know, let's behave
But
ourselves.
I think even that there's still some form of respect for Virgil
Yeah.
because they know like that's his guy, but they're like, all right, cool, we're not gonna do nothing because you are here and this is your venue. When we go home, if we do meet up on the same road, it might be, you know, hands and whatever, but hands and feet. But from now on, it's like we're at this venue, we're keeping it cool, we're here for our boy. And more importantly, Kanye West is more focused on the actual clothes that Virgil designed because that's his sort of thing. Drake is probably there because he's now in the same beds with Nike. So is Kendrick Lamar. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's one of them ones.
We'll have to wait and see how this one plays out.
But in terms of somebody you don't like, in a relationship and then you've broken off and then it's not been great and then you meet the same person in the same place, it's one of those ones where you either acknowledge them as in hi bye or you just
That's probably the
keep
best
it
thing.
moving.
Yeah, which is what they should have done. But it's just the flagrants. They love to get a cracking on Twitter.
Yeah, man.
All three of them. So it was interesting.
Yeah.
I'm just happy that Meek's advice got through to Homeboy and he's not wearing boot cuts no more. We're Balenciagas.
Bad mix. Bad mix.
So, new music came out this week.
Yeah.
How are we feeling? How are you feeling?
I think you're pretty good.
I don't know. You know what? I listened to some of it. I'm not sure. You know.
On any of it?
You know what? I actually really like Justin Bieber's one.
Intentioned with Quavo?
But where was Quavo? I didn't. Was he even on that? I didn't. Know.
I don't know. I like Quavo.
I like Quavo, but I
think he's
listened to it.
oversaturated now.
Who,
I didn't
Quavo?
even see him.
When I heard him on that Liam Payne song, I knew. I knew what time it was.
Ship that down for me.
He's just here for the money, man.
He's been here for the money.
I hate that. I actually kind of like that song as well.
You're not alone.
a good-
I've spoken to a lot of people recently since you mentioning it, and there's a number of people who like Ship That Down for me.
It's good. I like it. It's good.
It's a
Like it's good.
yeah. I mean, I felt like a lot of good songs came out this weekend.
Like which ones?
Wow.
Put man on the spot.
Where do I start? NSG's Ourself was
To
fantastic.
be fair, I did like that one.
They lived up to the hype. Them man are snippet kings, so I was a bit concerned. They'd
Snippet King.
drop the snippet would be fire, and the rest of the song wouldn't be that impressive, but I was impressed with what I saw. I also really enjoyed Tion Wayne's new song, and I didn't hate Nicki's Yikes. I mean,
It's not a bad song.
Nah.
It's not a bad song. It's not really poppy. It's like more like rappy kind of.
I agree.
R&B, which is nice. Like I like hearing her like that more. So maybe her album might sound that way, but I'm not really. I don't know. I think over the years I've become less and less a fan of her music. and her, but like her music's been a bit like hit and miss.
I thought she was not doing music anymore.
She said she retired.
But here she is.
Here she is.
Back again.
You'd love to see it.
Yeah. That's a part of her like why people like her though, because she's very she doesn't mince her words at least, and at least she kind of just says it how it is, even though a lot of the time it's a lot of nonsense.
I think she just goes from like in her head she thinks it's okay to do that and that's a normal way to act, but it's just really not.
Yeah.
I mean, what was some of your favourites?
I listened to 8 Mile by Dig That.
That was pretty good.
That was decent. I listened to Cage Solitaire. That was really good as well.
Shouts out to homegrown talent.
I listened to Pop Smoke.
Oh, I listened to Pop Smoke's album.
Have you listened to anything
There's
about
another
Nah,
album
I
I
used to get
listened
onto
to.
him.
There was
Like
another.
taking a double espresso shot, listening to that album. I swear to God.
Yeah, no, that's
That
energies, man.
guy's crazy.
That's
Yeah.
energy. That's powers. Real
Absolutely
powers.
crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't expect to like it as much as I did.
Yeah,
Like, a lot of the
that's-
songs sound quite similar, but you know what to expect. It's like going
Yeah.
to McDonald's, like you eat it and you're like, alright, this is what I ordered. You know?
Yeah.
he delivered like that. So, nah, shouts out to Pop Smoke, man. He did a decent amount of like effort as far as how quickly he's blown up, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, obviously he's kind of been around for a bit, but the fact that he's capitalized on his hype and dropped an album, which isn't actually that bad.
He doesn't want to do a designer. Where pretty much you drop one song, you tour the world with that one song, and then people want another song. It's like
Yeah.
Where he's done it and then done it again.
Makes sense. He's looking for another one. Actually, I don't know. I think he's got a few now. So he's not. I wouldn't be as worried as Designer would have been.
No.
He's got several songs in rotation. Lord knows what Designer's doing now. I couldn't tell you.
Still trying to get out the Def Jam building, probably.
What have you been listening to?
I still listen to the same stuff, so I basically just listen to like full albums. I don't really usually go for like singles and stuff. But I've still been listening to like Jack Boys and listening to what was it? Stormzy's album.
He gave that packet of Chris, you ended back.
What was it? I like H&R as well, so I was listening to
yeah.
H&R.
I love K-Tron.
Yeah, I love him.
Move a bit this way. Yeah, I listened to that album as well.
That's my guy.
Yeah, no, that was.
K-Tron, man.
Yeah.
But the thing is that album gave me vibes like 2002, like 2002 music.
How so?
Like you walk into I used to go shopping with my mum, and basically she'll make me just walk in the shop and just stay in the shop for hours. And those sort of songs, like.
What, does he make
almost
H&M?
house.
feel like you're
Like it's
trapped.
almost a new house.
Does he make H&M
Yeah.
music?
Nah, not H&M music. Nah, because H&M. Nah, I don't want to hear H&M music. I'm talking about like new house. Like he's made new house. It
I
sounds
agree.
great.
Yeah,
It's
no,
just
I agree.
new house.
Would you say it's house?
Yeah, like new.
You could.
You wanna listening to Unt music?
No.
Like, when I say new house, I mean like old house. Nah, I can't.
Yo, they're listening to Unt music.
Nah, he's not. You could get away with playing his songs in a house set, but primarily I wouldn't put him in that category.
But I think because he puts vocals in that are just not that,
Yeah.
I think that's why he gets away with that.
Yeah.
It's like a bit of both. Like,
He'll grab
For
like
me,
an
it
R&B
just sounds-
singer
yeah.
for a hook,
Yeah,
and then he'll grab like
yeah.
a rapper to do like a verse.
Yeah.
So he's very versatile. He could do it if he wanted to, and he definitely has some cuts that there's like no vocals.
yeah.
But,
What, there's no vocals on some
some
cuts?
songs, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's an
Like,
interesting...
light spots, but that's like on the old album. And
That's an
something
interesting
else.
way to go about it, though, surely.
Yeah, he's talented, man.
He's really good.
Oh yeah, do you know his eyes on the album cover? That's a real thing, you know.
What do you
Someone
mean?
having two.
Two-
Oh,
people.
yeah.
That's a real thing.
Someone on Towie had that. That's the only reason I know about it. 'cause-
Towie?
Well, that's not, it's a thing. You can't have two different colour eyes.
No,
No, not
two
content.
pupils.
Yeah, two
What do you
pupils.
mean?
Like you see the black.
This happens every week. We need to just have a segment where I'm shocked by something Emmanuel says.
Man, shocking segment. There we go.
So you see the black people in your eye, yeah? They have two of them. And then sometimes it actually gets mad. Like they'll have like one whole. I don't know what.
Is it
I'm
one
not-
whole vision?
I'm not an optician, but it's like one eye, and then they'll have another one where it's like a pupil, and then like so your eyes are brown, so you have.
No,
the main one, and then another one just connected. So it's like this. It's almost like that, but they have two pupils as well.
Hey yo, it's mad. I wouldn't know what to do if I bumped into someone with that.
Just ask some questions like, can you see?
Just ask.
Can you see?
Because you don't want to make them feel uncomfortable. Because now I don't know if they have double vision, triple vision.
But that's what I'm
like-
saying. Is it like, are they coming with double vision?
Nah, I don't know. Personally, I don't know because I've never experienced. Well,
That's
I've never
nuts.
experienced it in my life. So
I've never. What I have heard of is 2 different color eyes.
Oh yeah, I've
oh
met
yeah,
someone
that's
with that.
that's
Yeah.
like a I don't want to say it's common, but yeah.
So that's what I was saying. Someone on Tower had that, but this what you're talking about.
This is
Nah.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It's like their whole eye is white. Then they have one brown small one with the pupil, and then one brown big one with the pupil as well. But
Do you know what it's called or nah?
I can't remember.
That
We
must
just
be
studied
like
it
one-
GCSE. That's it. That's what the last time I remember.
That's got to be like 1 in 5 million or something nuts.
They're rare.
Very. I don't think I've ever seen one in my life.
No.
Yeah,
I'm
some
saying-
people they just wear contacts just to get rid of it, but I mean, if you're unique,
Live your best life, innit?
yeah, man.
For sure.
Wow, that's nuts. What of Trap Boys has been your favourite?
I actually can't. I never know any of the song names just because I just listen to them and then someone will say something. I'm like, I have no idea what that.
My girlfriend has the same issue. She'll hear a whole album. She's like, yeah, I like the album.
Yeah.
Like, tell me the song you like. She's like, I don't know.
Yeah. That's my problem as well. I just like the whole thing.
Man.
Fair enough. So you like Trap Boys then?
Yeah.
You're a big fan of Don Toliver, or I feel like you like his music.
But that's so I don't even know who that is. But I just.
Jesus.
But I was like, yeah.
Are you listening to him?
2 rows back. 2 rows back.
That's nuts.
No, but
He's the guy that sings.
Okay, yeah. Well,
but I
I'm
mean-
sure he's great.
If I told you who's Travis Scott, would you know?
He's the one singing on "Can't Say" on the
On
previous one.
Astro World.
Astro World.
Oh, okay.
So
right.
you can say.
Yeah,
She's still
I
done the
like that
wiser.
one.
Yeah.
I know I like that. That was
That's
a good
what I said.
one.
That's why I
Yeah.
thought you'd like Don
Yeah,
Toliver.
no, I think I would. Actually, no, yes. Now I know who you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She does know who you mean.
I do. I know the voice, but
Yeah.
that's it.
Oh, that's hilarious.
No, he's really good, man.
No, okay.
He's just
What
something
was it called
special.
again?
Don Toliver.
Don
Does he have an
I'll write it
album?
down.
No, he's
should.
in the process of. You've got a song out called No Something.
I don't know. I
You
wouldn't.
might have put it in the chat or something.
Me?
Yes. It was a single.
Well, I'm gonna tell you. I don't know.
Anyway, he's doing well.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard Meek Mill's new song with Justin Timberlake?
No, I'm not. It's not
I think we
good.
have to
Yes.
discuss it.
Justin Timberlake.
Justin
I
Timberlake's
did.
still making music.
What?
Yeah.
I can't remember the concept.
Wow.
Like I know it's like it's
It's
a
called
serious.
Believe. It's called Believe.
Yeah, it's a serious concept, but it's like I heard it. I was like, nah.
I've heard Meek Mill make that
It's
song
just
before.
one time I heard it, so I can't really judge it.
Yeah. I'm gonna preface this with the fact that I'm a very big Justin Timberlake fan, and growing up I was a huge fan.
Mirrors,
But
baby.
the past few years, Mirrors is that's the one. But the past few years, someone needs to have a sit down with him and just talk. Bro.
I don't think that song not being good wasn't his fault though. He just came and did the hook.
It sounds like one of those songs where it's like
It's by force.
By force,
Yeah.
and like like a soundtrack for a movie where they sit down and be like, oh, just shoot on
It's
these
it's,
words.
it's the rap I don't like.
It's not a
Verse
good song.
R&B rap,
Yeah.
R&B singer, verse R&B singer.
They didn't create
Yeah.
that song, if that makes sense.
Nah.
It's a manufactured song.
It didn't sound
He's been putting out
organic.
quite a few manufactured songs recently since Man of the Woods. Like,
I don't think he knows what he wants to do now, because like I think it's the same thing with what's his name, Andre 3000. Like they don't know like.
Yeah, but
what
at
to
least
make.
Andre's not making us listening to
No,
bad music.
but it's like, what do I make now? I've made it. I've done everything. I'm like, my focus is somewhere else, and then now you want me to go back into music, my first love. But it's like, we've been out of touch. So where do I go? from?
Yeah.
So then I get a bunch of writers. I get a bunch of singers. Choose what track I want. Make the concept. Make this. Make that. And I'll sing onto it, and then boom. That's it. That's me done. It's no longer I'm gonna sit down, write the lyrics, vibe with this, not shower for two days, bang the song out, and then boom, we have something. So it's no longer like that anymore. I think it's just success. Once you reach that level, you plateau,
Yeah.
you go up, and then you stay there, and then it's like, okay, now you go down. I think he's at his downfall, and it's like he's trying to go back up, he's trying to extend it, but it's like, no, you can't.
I think it's a shame because he proved that he could come back. Like with
2020.
he was on for ages, and then he just appeared and gave us 2 really good albums, or 2.5. Well,
Yeah.
and then obviously came back again, went to the woods, and became mad.
Maybe he just lost his direction. That's all. Because I don't know what.
I don't know.
What was that album? You know what I mean? It just wasn't.
Pure arse, man.
That was maybe
No, it was just not
It was
good.
begging it, man. It was just like I said, he probably just got a bunch of writers and then executive produced the whole album and then turn around and start singing on the album. Oh, he made an album.
Do you think he's a culture vulture?
Nah. He loves the. I mean, in what sense though?
I would never say it. I'm just playing with devil's advocate here. I'd literally like give him a blind, but you know, people like to make the argument because obviously now people are very socially conscious and they assume that back in the day he was, you know, stealing essentially from the Pharrell sound. But people who are saying that, I'm not going to look me in the eye and say they weren't dancing to Like I Love You when those videos came out. Do you know what I mean?
Listen, that break segment in Rock Your Body is special. The whole video for Rock Your Body is special.
Listen, that guy's a goat, man. I don't even care. I'm not here to slander him. But I'm just saying there has to be a discussion because I don't really think he's in a good space musically right now, and it's a shame because he's a legend to me.
I think it's just because he's not in a good space musically, it's become easier for people to say he's a culture vulture. Like, I think where the second he didn't lean on...
Nah, he is.
I don't think so, because it was just the second he didn't lean on traditional R&B that he started getting the complaints.
People were always
Like, he wanted to try something different and it didn't work. I mean, that's what we always say. You know, you can try something different, but we're going to let you know it didn't work. But I don't think it makes him a culture vulture.
I agree.
I think there's...
He's giving us too much.
No, a culture vulture is someone who comes into the culture, reaps the benefits of the culture, but never gives back to the culture. So, in a way, yeah, I'll probably say. But the only reason why I said yes is because he did the remake of a Michael Jackson song, and that went nowhere.
Which song was that?
This was Michael Jackson's album, Escape. This was released like a few years ago. It was like a completely remake, completely brand new remake of songs. So they just took the vocals. They had the original songs with the original instrumentals. So they put that on the album, and then they just took the vocals and then made brand new songs. And then obviously they got the samples cleared for the old songs, and then boom.
He's giving us too much.
But yeah, that song that he made with Michael Jackson didn't go anywhere to me, like, because I like the original version, the Escape version, and then I like the remake, the remake. Then there was his version, and his version was just like, nah, safe. I don't want to hear you singing.
I don't want to hear you sing.
Yeah, honestly.
What do you think? Do you think Justin Timberlake's a culture vulture?
I don't know.
Say it.
I'm probably not the worst guest on here because I literally have no clue. But like, I don't know. I honestly just don't know because I personally haven't heard that he was making music anyway. So for me, this is news, and I'd probably have to listen to it to be able to make a fully informed opinion. But then, like, I'm not saying he's not relevant, but I haven't heard anything. So
yeah, I think that's an interesting point, though. Like,
he's gone in the wind. Like that's
He's gone to the woods
again. Would you listen to new Justin Timberlake music?
I'd listen to it to know what it's like, but obviously I don't know what it's like, so I wouldn't know if I would.
But then again, I listened to Eminem's album. That was great as well. Like,
was it good?
Yeah, his recent release was good. It was really good. Like, there's nothing to... Like, the whole project is one body and it's great. It's really nice.
It was alright.
Yeah, Eminem does not make music for me.
It was alright. I do love Eminem as well, though, but that's another topic for another day.
Yeah,
The fact that you're into photography and stuff, like, does that branch into like videography and like stuff as well, like maybe like videos, movies and stuff?
So, as in what I would do? Well, I think for me, like making a video, it's just way harder for me. Like my mind just doesn't work like that. Yeah. I can see like what a video would be like visually appealing and what I would put in a music video, but I'd say that from like a director's point of view. Like I know what I want in there, but I wouldn't know how to film it, kind of thing. But it's all like visual. Like it's all like for me visual. Like for sound and stuff, I just don't know what. Like I just wouldn't know what to do with that. Yeah. So for me, like it's like moving image basically, rather than having it being like a sound.
Right. So could you watch a music video and be like objectively like, yeah, this is actually a good visual, or was it just like a case where you'd be like, oh, that's a good shot, like this looks visually appealing?
Yeah. I think for me, it's looking at it as shots. Like if I saw like stills of like the music video, I'd be like, yeah, that's a cool still. Like with actually seeing the music video, I'd like, I know, like I think I know what I like as well. Like what kind of, I know when something's actually trying to be creative as well. So I think looking at that is like, actually, I think that's a cool video. But in terms of actually how it's filmed and stuff like that, I wouldn't really know if it was good or not. But like I know that it's like visually it's like a good idea or like well executed or whatever.
Yeah.
Got you. What's been a music video that's impressed you then?
That's impressed me. I think in terms of videos, I always love Tyler the Creator's videos. Like they're always like the most creative things. Like
Crazy video.
like they're honestly like the one where he cuts his face off and he's like,
Who that boy?
That was crazy. Like another one that I like, but it's not. I don't know if I like the song that much. Was that one The Weeknd did, where he was like in this like bank robbery scene. I can't remember what song it was though.
Oh,
do you remember?
Yeah, it was a really well done video, but the song went nowhere.
Yeah, the video was good.
It was off of Starboy, but
I can't remember.
Party Monster?
Nah.
What was it? I can't remember. But yeah, it was really cool because it was filmed in like first person. So it was kind of like him like running. Yes, that's the one. Yeah. I really like that video.
How did you remember that? Oh, God.
I'm a fan. I know you. I'm a fan.
What about you?
My favourite music video
Yeah.
of all time, wow. I don't know. I've been really impressed with music videos actually recently. I think they became quite shitty for a while, in the sense it was just quite formulaic and all of them were doing the same thing. But I think a lot of artists have upped the levels in their music videos. I don't know. My favourite music video of all time.
All time's hard though.
All time.
Because even like Kendrick's, was it Humble? No. Which one? The one where he has the fire on his head.
It is Humble.
Humble, yeah. That one's really good.
That is
as well.
a really good standout. I mean, maybe not of all time, but there's a lot of music videos that stand out to me. I think for an early one would be Dizzy Rascal, I Love You. I really remember enjoying that video. More recently, I really like Drake and Rihanna's work, but the first half, not the one where she got her tits out. I mean, you'd think I'd like that version more, but
Wait, what?
I like my Rihanna clothed. Thank you very much.
No way.
What would you like?
Me? Tyler's got some really good ones. I like the Rella one. Do you remember that from ages ago?
Yeah.
Rella, where like Odd Future, and it's like a ghost.
Suicide Watch.
That is the most crazy thing I've ever seen. I do like a lot of Justin Timberlake's ones back in the day.
Rock Your
Like,
Body, that's a
Rock Your
standout,
Body.
man. Just
But
the visuals.
What Goes Around Comes Around is a good video as well.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's like a movie.
And the beat drop as well.
Yeah.
When she's in the
Scarlett Johansson flying.
Yeah.
Scar Joe flying.
When she's driving, just.
Yeah,
That's a serious car accident. She ain't surviving that.
No.
No chance.
But
How about you?
My it's 3 videos. Actually, well, it's mainly 2. I would say. It will be the Pusha T Numbers on the Board, just because it's so minimalistic. But you just understand the atmosphere and the lyrics at the same time. It's just it's drug dealers galore. Whatever it is, it's amazing. Like the way it's shot, the lightning in the background in France, and then it's just like it's so like everything is just perfect in that video. And then the second video, which was like a proper shock to me because I thought my TV was damaged, was Welcome to Heartbreak, Kanye West. That video with Kid Cudi.
I knew it'd be something with Kanye West.
Yeah, no, because that video, it didn't make, like, to me, it just didn't make sense because I thought my TV was broken. So I was like, what's going on? And then you see his foot move as well while he's dancing to the song and everything. Like, that
So
was a
many
moment.
great videos,
That
honestly.
was a moment.
Kanye Touch the Sky is a fantastic video.
Yeah, that was a good one.
And Lupe Fiasco's verse is one of the best verses in rap history. And how he ends it, let me hear my horns right. Let me hear the horns right where my verse ends, and then there's actually horns, and then the video shows the brass section of the. Listen, smoked it, man.
Amazing.
Kanye's had some really good videos. I think what a video should do should elevate the song. You know how we always say, there's a song out there that we really would like to see visuals for. I think that's what it should do. You should see the video and feel satisfied because...
Oh, and Death of Autotune. That video, like, it was a moment for me because, like, that was LeBron James. And I see LeBron James in the music video. This was a time where Autotune was just some madness. And Jay-Z is talking about Death of Autotune. It's like, oh, okay. And then, like, the way he was just he went into the Italian restaurant, back of the restaurant, started playing with money with the other lords and whatever. It was amazing. So those 3 videos, like, yeah, it was mad.
I think it goes back to the point. It's just got to elevate the song, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't stand when a music video has like talking in the middle. Like, do you know when you're like it's all good that it's like cinematic or whatever, and they're like driving somewhere, and then they stop and then they have a chat, and then you're just like, but I was into the music, like, why have you stopped that? I really can't stand when that happens because I'm like, I'm
what's the
the
act?
music.
It ruins the vibe of the
Yeah,
video,
it cuts it, and it's like, why have you done that? And then you go straight back into the song. You're like, I need to listen to the beginning of a song to get there. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Rihanna had a really good video off of Auntie. I can't remember what the song was though.
Bitch better have my money.
Nah, I thought it was that, but it's another one. And I don't want. It's not Kiss It Better.
I don't know. Does she have no?
She's got a gun in the video, but she probably.
Desperado.
Nah, does Desperado even have a video? That's that song's fire. But...
Man Down.
Nah, it's not Man Down.
Because that's a good video as well. I like that video.
I'm not sure.
You Needed Me.
I need it. Oh, right. I haven't seen that video.
Yeah, it's a pretty good. Rihanna, please make music, man. I can't keep listening to.
Enough's enough, man.
Is she on Spotify?
What?
Rihanna.
What do you mean? Does she have Spotify?
Is she on Spotify?
Yeah.
Yeah, surely.
Okay, cool. No, because I thought like the whole everybody
Tidal
who signed Tidal was
Tidal was a
exclusive to
mess,
Tidal.
man.
Exclusives as far as
I think he's sold
those
Tidal.
go are done now because Jay-Z's collection is on Spotify now.
Yeah, I think he's sold Tidal.
Tidal was one of the worst ideas, man.
No, not really.
It was. I felt like even when it came out, I thought this is good in practice, but in reality, it's just not going to be able to happen.
No, I think he thought he could be a David, like a David and Goliath, but it didn't really work out.
Yeah,
Goliath had his sword and David already.
I just don't think you should make your fans.
Do that.
Yeah, divide them. You know.
Yeah, I wasn't into that.
This
either.
is what I'm not looking forward to with streaming services. Am I gonna have to now? I don't want to.
Yeah,
fuck it anyway. Disney Plus is not getting my money.
I think it was the streaming wars.
Yeah, but
where,
that's,
like everybody, like there was Apple. Everybody did the Apple thing. Then Spotify did the Spotify thing, and then they just came and said, "No, we're not going to do this." So then Tidal was just late to the party. Whereas if Tidal did it in the beginning, then we would have seen Tidal at a better place. But no.
You know, Universal came out and said, "You man ain't doing this shit, man. Cut it out."
All that. So it's Frank, you got to blame for all of that. Frank was the one who was a glitch in the matrix for that.
Shouts out to Frank Ocean, man. Lens still on repeat.
Lens. If you could work with any artist, like as far as to be there, like do something in photography, who would you do it for?
Oh god, that's really hard.
Besides Stormzy.
As well, that's fine. I've got a picture with him. I don't need it. As in, who I would shoot. I think Frank Ocean would be a good one because he's just so mysterious, and it's like you can. I feel like if you do anything artistic, he'll go there. He'll go for it, and the same with Tyler as well. But I don't know who else I'd do it for. Someone like Caliucci's, who's like, but like. I don't listen to her at all, but visually,
she's Georgia Smith's friend. Surprised you don't know that.
But it's more like visually. Like I don't listen to her, but like visually, that's the kind of vibes I would go for. Or just like I don't know who else I would. I wouldn't shoot someone like Kanye or someone that just has like a big like
ego.
No, it's not even ego. It's like
you know
what he looks like. like, do you know what I mean? Like, you can't put him in a different thing, like whatever you want, because he'll have such a big part to say about what he wants to look like.
Look a certain way.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So someone that I could like work together with, I'd say.
That's interesting. I think it makes it 10 times more difficult if you're trying to get a vision across and they're not helping.
Yeah, exactly.
So I feel like, those people that you said, they'd be willing to assist in what you're trying to create as opposed to hinder. Because I do feel like Kanye is just going to take over the shoot.
Yeah, exactly.
It's his shoot after that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Have you had an experience like that where someone's like, you've had a client and they've just been like, we want A, B, C, and D, and you're just basically there with your camera, like, why did you hire?
Well, I mean, it's not really, like, it depends what the shoot is for as well. Like, if it's for like a brand or something, it's obviously they want stuff a certain way.
Of course, yeah.
But like, if you hired me for something specific or something like you wanted me to do, it's like, well, obviously I'm gonna do that. Like, but like, obviously they'll want like A, B, and C or whatever, but they're also paying me for that. So like, do you know what I mean? You can't be like, no, actually I want to do my own thing, because they're not paying for that. They're paying for you to shoot whatever they want as well. So that's kind of where it gets a bit tricky. So it kind of it's a bit of both. Yeah, a lot of people come to me and they're like, I want you to shoot something, but they don't say what. But then that's when you can be like, yeah, I want to do this. Yeah.
Do you prefer those situations where you have creative control?
It depends what it is. Like, and depends who it is I'm shooting as well. Like, if I've got a clear vision of what I want to do, then it's a lot easier. But then if I've asked and I don't really know what I want to do, and I've asked them and they've been like, oh, I don't know either, it's just a bit like, you don't really know what you're doing. Like, between the both of you, you kind of don't really know what to expect. So it's a lot harder to be like, oh yeah, we've got a good shot, because you don't really know what you're going for.
Right.
But yeah, I think it's like, for now as well, like, I've learned a lot as well. I used to just shoot like all the time. If I did a shoot, I'd be like shooting like constantly. But now, because I kind of think about it more, like, I know exactly, like, plan out which shots exactly that I want, and I know exactly what lighting I want, exactly everything, then I kind of know if I've got it or not, and if it's right or not. Because sometimes, like, after a shoot, you can shoot and then you're like, yeah, we've got a really good shot, and you go home and you're like, actually, that was a bit very good. Yeah. So it's always better just to be like, yeah, I know what I want. It's easier.
Fair enough. Learn a lot.
Yeah. Like, taking pictures is like, this is gonna sound stupid, but I fancy myself as a photographer. Especially when I go away on holiday. Like, I like to take scenic pictures.
Yeah.
I have like a folder of like all the places I've been and try to take nice pictures. And obviously, like, the iPhones have gotten a lot better, so you can take really good shots. Like, do you like take pictures when you go away, or as far as like trying to get like nice scenic pictures sometimes?
It's such a weird one, because I don't really do that.
Because you'll get people on Instagram who'll be like, oh, I'm a photographer, and then you'll just see like pictures of like a sunset.
Yeah. I don't do that. Yeah, I don't do that. No, yeah. I think the word photographer is such a like broad spectrum of people just being like, yeah, I'm a photographer. But it's the same as people being like, yeah, I'm a model, and you're like, are you actually a model though? Like, or are you trying to be a model, or are you trying to be an influencer? Like, what's happening? Like a lot of people just say,
isn't that almost the same thing, influencers and models? The only difference is
influencers are just people that call themselves models and like have a following.
Yeah, right.
Like if they didn't have any other following, like, there wouldn't be a model. Like, it's people seeing that and being able to. No, but it's not like they. I'm not saying an influencer can't be a model as well. I'm just saying that, like, if there wasn't, if we didn't have social media, it would be like. Well,
you said it.
You'll be a model.
I didn't say that. But yeah, I forgot what we were talking about.
Photography.
The word photographer is being bounced around.
Yeah. I think it's because. Ultimately, it's like a triangle. Like, so you have all the people at the bottom just being like, I'm a photographer. And then you get the people that actually work and then become more and more a photographer. And then I think the triangle essentially is so big that, like, the jumps are always, like, a lot bigger. So the higher you go as a photographer, like, you don't need all that social media stuff either.
Right.
So everyone can call themselves a photographer, but you don't need that social media following to be like, yeah, I'm a photographer.
That's interesting. It seems to work differently for different platforms. Like you'll be like, I don't know, like even like as a podcaster, it'll be nice. It is good to be on socials, whereas maybe it's not as important in your field of work to be.
It is and it isn't, because sometimes you can find your clients through that.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I have a website as well. So if I actually really wanted to show them stuff that I want to shoot, I can just send them my website. Or like there's some stuff that I haven't posted, so I can just send them like my portfolio of like what could work for them as well. So